No wonder, each generation knows less of its origin and history than the preceding one. Yet as many authors and writers say, knowing the past is part of your future. If you want to understand today, you have to search yesterday. Pearl Buck. If you don't know history, then you don't know anything. You are a leaf that doesn't know it is part of a tree. Michael Crichton. Thus SYL, Somali Youth League, is a political party that has a great history among Somalis. This party was not only the first political party in Somalia, but it was the first party that has stood against colonization and worked for the common interest of the people of Somalia as well. Hello legends, welcome back to Hassan channel. In today's video we will talk about Somali Youth League, the first party that has stood against colonization and worked for the common interest of the people of Somalia as well. Legends, please consider subscribing the channel for more videos. In 1840, European colonization of the Horn of Africa begins, and the traditional area of the Somali people is divided among 5 states: the British Somaliland Protectorate, Italian Somalia, French Somalia, present-day Djibouti, the Ethiopian province of Ogaden, and northeastern Kenya. In 1886, Britain declares a protectorate over northern Somalia. In 1936, Italy establishes a colony in the southern region, Italian Somaliland. In 1941, the Italian colony is captured by British forces and placed under military administration during World War II. Young people with different opinions. The Somali Youth League was founded in 1943, consisting group of 15 to 21-year-olds, a group of Sufis from Ois and Qadiriya such as Tahir Haji Osman Dagawain, Mohammed Hirsi Nur Sayyidian, Osman Gadi Rage and Mohammed Abdullahi Zaisi. Another group of scholars included the founders of SYL, Yasin Haji Osman, Mohammed Ali Nur, and a very small third group such as Ali Verdura, Tahir Dagawain and Mohammed Hilal, as Ali Verdura reported. How was the country at that time? At the time of the formation of the SYL, Somalia was in a state of severe colonialism. They used to ride the buses and sat on back positions. They used to sit back to watch the cinema even if they paid the same money that the British person or the Italian person paid. However, to counter the colonialists, the Somali Youth Club SYC Club was formed, which was meant to confuse the colonialists. From 1946 to 1948 the Somali Youth Club, SYC, grew from a small Mogadishu-based urban self-help organization into a burgeoning nationalist organization calling for the unification of all the Somali-speaking lands into Greater Somalia. Changing its name to the Somali Youth League, SYL. In the process, the 13 youths were not present on the night of the building of the league, but fortunately Ali Verdura was part of the group present. SYL was built in a house on Via Roma in Mogadishu. The SYL Constitution. Yasin Haji Osman introduced the party's constitution to the youth. The main points were: 1. To bring back the territorial divisions in the Somalilands. 2. To educate people. 3. To cancel the tribalism mindset. The SYL chairmans, during their first meeting of the club, 3 knowledgeable people were selected there. 1. Abdulkader Sheikh Shakawodian, chairman. 2. Haji Mohammed Hussein, vice chairman. 3. Yasin Haji Osman, secretary general. The names of the 13 youth legends who founded SYL. 1. Haji Muhammad Hussein Mahid. 2. Tahir Haji Osman Sharmark, Degawine, 3. Mohammed Osman Bard here, 4. Hudo Malan Abdullahi Sulla, 5. Dear Haji Deer, 6. Haji Mohammed Abdullahi Haisi, 7. Ali Hassan Masla, 8. Osman Gidi Rake, 9. Abdul Qadir Sheikh Sakawaddin, 10. Mohammed Farah Hilal, 11. Yasin Haji Osman Sharmark, 12. Mohammed Ali Noor, 13. Mohammed Hersi Noor, Saidin. Since 1943, the party has been active in all regions of Somalia. Gaining more and more supporters from all walks of life such as youth, elders, clerics, women and so on. In 1947 it was decided to change the name of the SYC party to SYL. It is noteworthy that Yasin Haji Osman fell ill and later died of his illness. He reportedly recommended that he be replaced by Abdullah Isa Mohammed. In January 11, 1948, long live the war, a day of protests in Mogadishu. Among the Somali martyrs, one of them was Hawa Tako, a symbol of anti-colonialism and unity. On January 11, 1948, the United States, Britain, France, Russia, and Italy, visited by the United Nations, visited the country. On that day they used the thugs. SYL, they have come up with an amazing tactic. Each 100 people are given 1 leader, 2 flags and 4 guards. In the Battle of Hanalato, 14 Somalis were martyred, including Hawa Tako, while 52 Italians were killed. Throwstone, Dagakster, incident. In September 1949 the United Nations General Assembly opened. The session was expected to decide on the future of Italian colonies, including Somalia. The League sent Abdullahi Isi Muhammad to New York to assess the League's outlook. On October 5, 1949, the League staged a protest against Italy at Dagatar. In this Dagatar War, there was a war between the Somalis and the British. The British government became a force, imposed a curfew on the people, and then the Dagatar was started by the Somalis, after a devastating war. 2 people were killed and at least 50 were injured. 4 British police officers were injured. Following these 2 historic events, on November 21, 1949, the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution granting Somalia a 10-year Italian mandate under United Nations protection.
SYL taariikhdeeda ka sheekeen waqti dheer bay qaadanaysaa.
The internal judgment. In April 1950 the Italian administration took over Somalia. Italy is accompanied by a 3-nation commission, Egypt, Philippines, and Colombia, which represents the United Nations and oversees Italy's implementation of the mandate. SYL also succeeded in raising the Somali flag on October 12, 1954 by a SYL member, Mohammed Awale Liban. The Independence Day, the victory of the struggle was finally achieved on July 1, 1960 when 2 independent Somali regions merged to form the Somali Republic. SYL won all the elections in the country between 1954 to 1969, formed all civilian governments such as the government of Abdirashid Ali Sharmark, Abdurazak Haji Hussein, and Mohammed Haji Ibrahim Eagle. At which time democratic elections took place, the first in Africa, when Sharmark took over from Adamade on June 10, 1967. SYL and the Siyad Bears coup. The SYL's 9 years of civilian rule and free elections were overthrown by Mohammed Syed Barre, who arrested party leaders, including Prime Minister Mohammed Haji Ibrahim Eagle. The SYL was banned from politics since then. The SYL was overthrown by Mohammed Syed. He banned the party and all other parties. The SYL leaders were imprisoned, a group fled the country, and some became farmers like Berdura. After the founding of SYL, today most Somalis are under 35 years old and are estimated to be 75%. Legends, I am talking to you. If you are under 35 years old, we need to think the way these young group people changed our country and follow their legacy. Out of the country tribalism, 4.5, factionalism, xenophobia and all ideologies that have delayed the country. The country needs to bring back the popular slogan, Somalia, Somali Ba Lef, and a youth united in the common interest of the country, people and religion. My young legends. Most of the SYL youth were very young legends, students studying in mosques. They were talented, patriotic, who wanted the country to be free, and they risked their lives. They were the voice of the voiceless. They spread their message throughout the 5 Somali regions. Thank you, legends. Let's be a true legends for our country. May Allah accept our prayers. Amen.